Okay, good evening. Welcome to the Township of Lacey, September 11th, 2014. Adequate notice of this meeting has been given in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act pursuant to Public Laws 1975. Said notice was advertised in the Asbury Park Press and the Beacon and was posted on the bulletin board showing the time and the place of the meeting. We're going to begin with a salute to the flag and in memory of all those that lost their lives on 9/11 13 years ago. We're going to have a moment of silence, please. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, item number 1, first reading of ordinance 2014-18, amending Chapter 261 Parks so as to create a policy for athletic field use.
In order to the Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, amending Chapter 261 of the Township Code of the Township of Lacey entitled Parks. This amendment will put into place the athletic field use policy, which will include Gilly Park, Hebrew Park, Loon, Bamber, Huffy, Wallace, and Jones Road Park Fairgrounds. It lists the categories of users and the type of users, and it also gives the Township Committee the right to waive the fees for the use of these fields, and for instance, this will be for fundraisers, non-township sporting organizations that wish to use the park, and they also have to have liability insurance that would protect the township in the event that something should happen. The field use is $350 per day per field, $50 per hour if you want to use the lights on any of the fields, and if you're going to use the general park use or a fairground, it would be a $500 fee per day. We have a lot of organizations that like to utilize Gilly Park for fundraisers and events, which closes the park down for the day, but at the same time, it does have an impact on our Department of Public Works and our police department, where there's costs involved. So we instituted this new policy, and this will be kept on file in the clerk's office, and it will be administered through the Recreation Department.
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Most?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mayor Quinn.
Yes. Item number 2, second reading of ordinance 2014-17, setting the salaries for the Recreation Department bus drivers.
An ordinance of the Township of Lacey County of Ocean State of New Jersey, amending an ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the Township of Lacey County of Ocean State of New Jersey, affixing and determining the salaries, wages, and compensations to the officers, employees, and members of the governing body of the township. This is for the bus drivers for our Recreation Department. Step 1, starting salary is $12.50. Step 2 is $13. Step 3 is $13.50.
Being the second reading, I'll open to the public. Is there any comments?
Seeing none, motion to close the floor.
Move it. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can I have a motion on the ordinance?
Move it.
Second.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Most?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mayor Quinn.
Yes. Item number 3, resolution 2014-218, awarding the contract for the purchase of rock salt.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County of Ocean State of New Jersey awarding a contract for the purchase of rock salt to Atlantic Salt Incorporated. We are in the Ocean County Cooperative Pricing System with regards to the purchase of rock salt. Stafford Township administers the bid and goes out to bid for about 33 different agencies. Atlantic Salt is the lowest bidder for the material, and hopefully we won't have to go through as much as we did last year.
Can I have a motion?
Move it.
Second.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Most?
Yes.
Mayor Quinn.
Yes. And as I was getting dressed to come tonight, the news said that it's supposed to snow in South Dakota tomorrow night.
Yes,
And this
it
is
is.
September 11th. So keep your fingers crossed. Item number 4, resolution 2014-219, awarding a contract for the purchase of bulk bituminous material.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County of Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the award of a contract for the purchase of bulk bituminous material to Brick Wall Corporation. The township has gone out to bid for this. There were 3 bids received. The lowest responsible bidder is Brick Wall for the various different types of asphalt for our roadways.
Can I have a motion?
Move it.
Second.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Most?
Yes.
Mayor Quinn.
Yes. Item number 5, resolution 2014-220, authorizing the execution of a shared service agreement with Berkeley Township Municipal Court.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County of Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the execution of an interlocal services agreement with the Township of Berkeley for call-out coverage for the Lacey Township Municipal Court. This is in accordance with the administrative office of the courts that we need to have each municipality have call-out coverage in the event that our court administrator or deputy court administrator are not available. Berkeley has been doing that for us since 2010, and we just need to renew the resolution.
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Most?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mayor Quinn.
Yes. Item number 6, resolution 2014-221, awarding a contract for the rental of loaders.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, awarding a contract to Jesco Incorporated for the rental of 2 John Deere 624K loaders with quick disconnect coupler and 1 John Deere 644 loader with dual interchange coupler, 2013 or newer model for the 2014 fall leaf collection and the 2014-2015 snow season. The total amount of this contract is $61,000.
Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Most?
Yes.
Mayor Quinn.
Yes. Item number 7, resolution 2014-222, authorizing the placement of a lien on block 1024.25, lot 25.14 for property maintenance.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, accepting the certification of the Director of Public Works concerning costs incurred in the removal of debris and cleaning up of the property located at 1724 Longwood Drive, and authorizing the placement of said lien against said property for said cost. Total amount of this cleanup was $101.11.
Can I have a motion?
Move it.
Second.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Most?
Yes.
Mayor Quinn.
Yes. Item number 8, resolution 2014-223,
Yeah, I know.
authorizing the placement of a lien on block 206, lot 5 for property maintenance.
Resolution to Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, accepting the certification of the Director of Public Works concerning costs incurred in the removal of debris and cleaning up of the property located at 1619 Beach Boulevard, and authorizing the placement of a lien against said property for said cost. Total amount of this lien is $102.35.
Can I have a motion?
Move it. Second.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Most?
Yes.
Mayor Quinn.
Yes. Item number 9, resolution 2014-224, authorizing the placement of a lien on block 190, lot 4 for property maintenance.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, accepting the certification of the Director of Public Works concerning costs incurred in the removal of debris and cleaning up of the property located at 1415 Riverview Drive, and authorizing the placement of a lien against said property for said cost in the amount of $101.11.
Can I have a motion?
Move it.
Second.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Most?
Yes.
Mayor Quinn.
Yes. Item number 10, resolution 2014-225, authorizing refund of a building permit fee.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing a refund of a building permit fee issued by the Lacey Township Building Department. The refund is in $110.40. The contractor was not performing the air conditioning replacement.
Can I have a motion?
Move it.
Second.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Most?
Yes.
Mayor Quinn.
Yes. Item number 11, resolution 2014-226, authorizing refund of a dog license fee.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing release of monies charged in error for a dog license fee. This was, we charged the resident for a non-neutered dog, and it was a neutered dog, so we have to refund them $6.
Can I have a motion?
Move it.
Second.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Most?
Yes.
Mayor Quinn.
Yes. Item number 12, resolution 2014-227, authorizing the refund of deposit monies.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State, New Jersey, authorizing the refund of deposits held for the use of municipal facilities.
Can I have a motion?
Move it.
Second.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Most?
Yes.
Mayor Quinn.
Yes. Item number 13, resolution 2014-228, authorizing the payment of township bills.
Resolution of Township of Lacey County, Ocean State of New Jersey, authorizing the payment of township bills in the amount of $2,221,891.11.
Can I have a motion?
Move it.
Second.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Most?
Yes.
Mayor Quinn.
Yes. Item number 14, monthly reports.
Municipal Clerk's Office for the month of August collected receipts in the amount of $5,048.39. Tax Collector for the month of July collected receipts in the amount of $3,426,327. Tax Collector for the month of August collected receipts in the amount of $15,358,216. Month of August, Community Development collected receipts in the amount of $63,549.20. Road opening permits for the month of August were collected in the amount of $8,624.50. Recycling for the month of August, $687. July's municipal court report collected receipts in the amount of $38,732.21. Motion to accept the reports is read.
Move it. Or-
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And item number 15, motion to approve township meeting minutes of August 14, 2014.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor? Motion to approve, 16, motion to approve caucus meeting minutes of August 14, 2014.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item number 17, motion to approve membership in the Vanville Lake Volunteer Fire Company for Douglas Clayton.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item number 18, motion to approve membership in the Lenoka Harbor Volunteer Fire Company Junior Program for Sean Todd.
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Item number 19, motion to approve raffle license application for the LTHS, PTSA, and the Lacey Elks Charitable Association.
Move it.
Second, please.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Item number 20, motion to amend raffle license application for the Lacey Elks Charitable Association and the Lacey Elks BPOE. That motion?
Move it.
Second.
All in favor? Item number 21, motion to amend the bingo license application for the Lacey Elks Charitable Association and the Lacey Elks BPOE. That motion?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Add-ons?
Nope.
Comments from the committee? Mr. Stichler?
Thank you, Mayor. First off, of course, it's a very important day, very somber day, and I know all of us agree our thoughts and prayers go out to all the families who have lost loved ones on that terrible day. Pray we never have to face that again. Unfortunately, with what's going on in the world, not too confident at this point in time, but I pray it never happens, and again, my thoughts and prayers go out to those families. I want to congratulate the members of this committee. We had 3 participants who participated in the Municipal Alliance 5K. Mr. Most, Mr. Lorraine, and of course, Mr. Curatolo. That had a great turnout. It was a really amazing day. A lot of happy people, tons of volunteers, really well-organized event. A lot of participation from the township police and as I said, members of the committee, and again, congratulations to those who participated. And the Girl Scouts, boy, were they cute. What a great thing to take a pledge not to smoke. And they'll remember that. They'll remember this day for a long, long time. And it's important that we recognize people who put forth themselves in this community. We get a lot of them, whether it be Eagle Scouts, Cub Scouts, Girl Scouts, Boxer. What a fine young man. So congratulations to them. And that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Curatolo.
Yes, I too want to reflect back 13 years ago. We had about 3,000 of our best and brightest taken by a savage act of terrorism. And, I see there was a person in the audience tonight that's in the shirt said, and we've all seen it on bumper stickers, freedom isn't free. And you just remember back to that day. We all remember exactly what we were doing. I want to recognize that day and the people that were lost. It's very important to do so. I have a couple of announcements. My employer, the Ocean County Health Department, is offering a flu clinic in Lacey Township, but this year it's going to be a little bit different. The date is Monday, October 6, 2014. It's from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Cost of the flu shot's $20. We are going to accept Medicare Part B. I'll probably be the manager of that flu clinic, or if not, I'll certainly be there. We're also offering at that clinic shingles and Tdap vaccination, and that's the only other thing that is there for you to pay for. We have an initiative called Live Healthy Ocean County, blood pressure screening, stroke assessments, osteoporosis screening for women, and it's there for you, the taxpayer. I would hope that people come out, take advantage of it. I'd like to see it published and spoken about around town. We always get great participation. And the CDC says who should get the flu shot? You should get the flu shot. It's actually mandatory for children in preschool, 6 months to 59 months. So we do want to see our participation for that. And another announcement I'd like to make is with the Elks, our Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks, this Sunday. I have an email here I've been asked to read and make this announcement. It's called Army of Hope. The picnic is from noon to 5 p.m. The donation is $25, and every bit of the money goes to families of our fallen heroes and to our wounded warriors from New Jersey. It's the 10th annual, and this is the 8th year that it's in Lacey. Active duty military will have free admission, and to date, over $1 million has been raised across the state and donated directly to the families of our wounded. So I want to bring that to folks' attention as well. I want to thank the Ocean County Prosecutor's Office. I was able to participate in an event at Ocean County Mall on Friday evening, 8/22. The Health Department and the Prosecutor's Office, it's my opinion that we work very well together, and we were able to offer information on addiction. We were able to offer information on treatment and DUI information. That took place this past Friday night, and it did have good attendance. Finally, tonight, Mayor, I'd like to read a letter. I had a brief conversation. It's very short. It's from our freeholder, Freeholder Little. He penned this letter on July 3rd. I talked to him. He encouraged me to read it tonight, and it's more or less a PSA regarding heroin epidemic. He wrote it to President Obama. Our freeholder, all 5 freeholders. In other states, they're called county executives. Here, they're called freeholders. They support us, and a lot of what we do up here behind the scenes is because of their efforts, and they certainly support Lacey Township. So the letter reads as follows, and it's brief. As you are aware, dear Mr. President, New Jersey and states across the county are experiencing a heroin epidemic. The enclosed article is self-explanatory. It's an article from the USA Today. It states, quote, nearly all of the heroin fueling a U.S. resurgence enters the country over the 1,933-mile Mexico border, according to the U.S. DEA as Drug Enforcement Administration. Since the U.S. DEA has identified the source of the heroin, what excuse as a nation can we offer not to stop this heroin river? Mr. President, I call on you to secure the border and send the National Guard to stop the heroin influx into the United States. It's killing thousands of young people today and destroying the future of millions of Americans in the years ahead. I applaud our freeholder for this. He happens to be the freeholder liaison to the Ocean County Board of Health, and he copied several other parties on this. He took the time to do it. I'm grateful as a citizen and a resident that he did. Do I think the president will read it? Sadly, I do not, unfortunately. It is unfortunate, and Deputy Mayor Dykoff had just touched on these times that we are living in that are so dangerous. But I think as our president vacillates in what appears to be an endless state of decision paralysis, our enemies take notice, villains take notice, and those that would do us harm become more emboldened by the day. To the president, I would say, tough talk on TV after a precipitous slide in the polls does not constitute leadership. And no amount of liberal mental gymnastics or faculty lounge talking points will change the fact that evil is on the march. Mr. President, I ask you tonight, and this is me talking, not as a committeeman or a director, but as a father and a husband, look evil in the eye, call it by name, push till it gives, and stand up straight for all our sakes. Thank you very much. Thanks, Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Curdell. Ms. Kennis?
Yeah, I also want to echo the comments regarding September 11th from our other committee members. My thoughts and prayers go out with anybody affected on that day. That was such a tragic day that it thrust America back onto the world stage, and I still think we're dealing with the repercussions of it today. That's all I have.
Thanks. Mr. Dawson?
Good evening. My prayers go out to all the folks that, families, and friends that lost loved ones in that tragic event. It's definitely a day to remember. I remember, did anybody ever go down there and see the new memorial they have there? It's a beautiful scene that they set up there, and it's wonderful to memorialize all those lives. So tragic. Moving on to the 5K with the Municipal Alliance. I challenged the police department, and I'm proud to tell you that every single one of them beat my time, and just like you guys forecasted, I think, up here. But what impressed me was Lieutenant Ganley, because he is like a mentor for the new recruits that are hired, and these gentlemen are just top shelf, and that's because of the chief, and the chief comes out and supports them as well, the chief of police, Chief Paparota, and it's amazing. We're really gonna continue on with the legacy of having a great police department, and I think that's because of that mentoring process. And Lieutenant Ganley also beat my time, so I got beat by the whole police department. But you know what? It's okay, because it's for a great cause, and that's for fighting our or providing the revenue for all our initiatives for the Municipal Alliance. So we appreciate that, and thank you for all the police men and women that participated. I think we had a total of 470 runners that day. It was it's impressive. It grows every year, and like Mr. Dykoff advocated that between the volunteers, they do a great job, and it takes some time to put together, but it's just a really well-run event. So I want to thank Heather Scanlon, who is our Municipal Alliance Director. She does a fine job as well, and the task force members and all the volunteers that help us out with the Municipal Alliance. We should be very proud in our schools, and and by the way, the Mayor's Trophy goes to the to the track team in the high school like it goes every year, so I'm sure they're gonna come here, and we'll present them. Mayor, you'll present them with that trophy, so that's being inscribed as we speak.
We'll put you next to them as a runner-up.
That's okay, pal. I'm fine. I appreciate it. So it was a great day. And with that said, the other thing is, Pete, you're gonna be very impressed with the way how the Elks runs that Hope for Heroes.
Army of Hope.
Army of Hope.
Oh, Army of Hope. I'm sorry. You know what I was thinking about? Run for the Fallen that's coming up in September as well. In late September, I'll be running in that. But it's amazing, all the organizations get together and they provide the funds for the families that lost loved ones and veterans that are disabled, and they do wonderful work. And there's just, there has to be thousands of people that show up to that, and they generate a lot of revenue. So I want to thank the Elks for doing the fine work that they do in our community, and really take that in, and you're going to really be impressed by that whole event. That's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Most. Again, echoing my fellow community members, comments on today being 9/11. Certainly keep these families that did lose loved ones and whose lives changed drastically 13 years ago in your thoughts and prayers. Watching the TV coverage today throughout the day, nothing has changed. It's still devastating as it was 13 years ago for the families, and it's something that people will never recover from. Without a doubt, 13 years ago, life changed for each and every one of us. Even if you're in Lacey Township, you live in a different world, and there's always fear involved. So we have to stay, pull together as Americans and continue to fight, and hopefully our leadership at the top will make an effort to try and get things under control a little bit more in this world. We won't continue to see men and women in our armed forces coming home. Some of them not coming home at all from these fighting battles that they're out there doing. But I just want to extend a special thanks to the Rotary Club of Forked River. If you drove around town today, all the flags are flying up and down Lacey Road and Route 9. And that's part of their program that they do on a certain number of holidays throughout the year. And this one is very, very important to them. So thank you for their hard work and dedication from the residents of Lacey Township. I'm going to start with the police stats, and then I have a couple of announcements I just want to make. This is the statistics for the month of August 2014. Lacey Township Police Department handled 3,701 calls for service during the month of August 2014. We had 604 motor vehicle stops, resulting in 223 summonses and 84 written warnings. 76 motor vehicle accidents, 180 first aid calls, 5 DUI arrests, 65 physical arrests, and 13 drug possession arrests, with 2 people arrested for drug distribution. Just a couple items. The police department is continuing its effort to hold those accountable who enter unattended vehicles and steal from others. Over the past few weeks, uniform patrol officers have made arrests involving thefts from a lot of different vehicles. On Tuesday, September 2nd, 2014, at 9:58 p.m., Officer Robert Duffy was dispatched to the area of Hewitt Road and Joffrey Road in Forked River for a report of a male subject attempting to burglarize vehicles. Upon arrival, Officer Duffy was advised by the complainant that the suspect was last seen running through the yards of Whitcomb Road going towards Joffrey Road. Officer Duffy soon located the suspect on Whitcomb Road. An investigation at the scene led to the arrest of the suspect, identified as 21-year-old Anthony Biasi of Hewitt Road in Forked River, for 1 count of burglary and theft from a motor vehicle. Anthony Biasi was transported to police headquarters, processed and charged with 1 count of burglary and theft with a total bail of $5,000. He was lodged in the Ocean County Correctional Facility in default of the bail. On Friday, September 5th, 2014 at 2:46 a.m., Officer Adam Ewart and Officer Scott Keefe responded to the area of Hazelton Avenue in Lenoka Harbor for a suspicious person looking into vehicles. A description of the actor was provided. Upon arrival, 2 adult females were located Investigation at the scene led to the arrest of 31-year-old Jessica Walters of 26 Laurel Boulevard in Lenoka Harbor for a criminal attempt to commit burglary to a motor vehicle. Jessica Walters was transported to police headquarters. Further investigation revealed that Jessica Walters allegedly burglarized an additional vehicle. Jessica Walters was charged with burglary, theft, and 3 counts of criminal attempt to commit burglary. The investigation of additional offenders is underway, and charges will be filed in the near future. All residents are asked to call the police headquarters immediately if they notice anyone looking through or entering vehicles in any kind of suspicious manner. I have a letter which I received from ShopRite. Every year, ShopRite runs a program in the store and asks different folks in town, to come and help bag food during the course of part of the event. And I got this letter from Jennifer McMahon. It says, "Dear Mayor Quinn, September is National Hunger Action Month, a month when organizations and businesses across the country will be doing their part to help fight hunger in their communities. ShopRite will be leading the charge in our region with ShopRite Partners in Caring, our year-round community-based initiative that provide funds to help feed the hungry and raises awareness of the issues of hunger. On Wednesday, September 17th, 2014, ShopRite of Lacey will be hosting a Help Bag Hunger event. We would be honored if you would take part in this official ShopRite Partners in Caring Day by lending your voice and your bagging skills. That should be real interesting.
Yeah.
For an hour at our store, we'll accommodate your schedule, publicize the event, and invite local media. Throughout the day, cashiers will be collecting donations to help fill the shelves of local food banks, and through your bagging efforts, you will help us to raise awareness of those who go hungry and need your help." So that'll be next Wednesday at ShopRite. I'll reach out to Jennifer and give her time. If any of my fellow committee members would like to show their bagging skills, reach out to me tomorrow and let me know. And I'm sure ShopRite would love to have, 5 full sitting up there instead of just one. So just check your schedules.
I did it last year. It's a great event, and you'll meet a lot of people. In fact, they'll look at you twice, because they don't recognize you at first, and then they'll look at you and say, "Hey, what are you doing here?"
Yeah, it's a great cause, and it'll be a fun hour. If anyone wants to do it, just let me know. Coming up the end of the month, Jimmy and Mimi here tonight, we have our annual Apple Fest coming up the last Saturday, 27th of this month, from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Down at the old Schoolhouse Museum, the Falkirk River Firehouse, and the adjoining grounds. Again, it's a real nice community event. There's a lot of work that goes into it. The Historical Society does all the work with different volunteers, and there's a lot of different things for the children. So if you're going to be around on the 27th, it's well worth it to come out. Bring the children. They have apple pie eating contests. I know Mr. Dykoff has participated in that over the years. Fire engine rides, pumpkin patches, museum will be open, face painting, DJ, and karaoke. The Lacey High School band will be there first thing in the morning, Jim, starting off the event?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock, the band will be performing. There'll be plenty of lunch, snacks, candy apples. Historic prints will be for sale, and there'll be a lot of games and activities. So it's a real nice time. It's a great thing to show your support for the Historical Museum. So if you can get out there and, show yourself and participate, that'd be great. Next Sunday, September 21st, we have our annual Rotary Doggy Derby down at Jones Road, down behind the Community Hall, down in the back road there. This is a real nice event. It's a major fundraiser for the Rotary Club, and as we say over and over again at a lot of these meetings, Rotary does so much for this community with the donations they make and different things throughout the community itself, whether it be the schools, whether it be to the kids. They participated with the cost of Hebrew Park equipment this year, so it's a nice event where they do raise some of the funds that they put right back into the community. If you have an animal, it's a great function. Everybody comes out, you bring your dogs. There's going to be a lot of vendors there. They have a lot of contests. I know we all judge the different contests for. I guess this year you have the most happy dog, you have the best dressed dog, best tricks, and dog and owner look-alike.
Yeah, we did away with the kissing. We did away with the kissing, guys, so you've all reprieved.
You had kissing last year, didn't you?
Yeah, I had kissing every year.
Yeah,
if you remember.
we've done away with the kissing, Dave, so you're reprieved this year.
But it's $5 for the admission. Children under 10 are free, and there's goodie bags included. But it's a real nice event, and it's nice to get out there and show Rotary that they have a lot of support in the community.
Mayor, what time is it?
It's 21st from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. and it's rain or shine, either way. The one year they had it did rain a little bit, but it was still a real nice event.
Rotary makes about $8,000 off of this event, and again, a lot of it goes back into the community, and including the $20,000 that we give to our high school seniors for scholarships.
So it's very, very well
Fabulous.
to have that kind of attendance so that they can raise as much as they can. Coming up Sunday, the Army of Hope, I know my fellow committee members have talked about it. Mr. Curtello is going to represent the governing body, and myself, he's going to speak on behalf of the governing body. I apologize if you're an Elks member watching TV, but my son is getting married over the weekend. I won't be around town for the weekend, so I couldn't make it, but Peter was good enough to step up, and he's going to attend the function on our behalf. And Peter, we thank you very much for doing that for us.
It's an honor. Thank you.
Municipal Alliance race, I have to say, Dave, congratulations, you do it every year, and we rib you, we give you a hard time, we really make, as you get older, we enjoy it even more, because we won't tell them the times, but your time has slowed a little bit, but you're still a heck of a trooper.
It was 25 minutes, it wasn't that bad.
And we're still bringing in 21, 22-year-old police officers, so
They were impressive. I
They
think
were very impressive.
the one held back just to make me feel good.
Feel a little bit better?
I think the chief said, don't burn them too bad.
Well, we truly appreciate it. I know it was a great event. I also want to congratulate Veronica, because Veronica
Thank
also
you.
ran and participated on behalf of the governing body, and, between the two of them, we had great representation. The other four of us kind of hit our heads in the sand.
Pete
He
ran.
did the.
Oh, did you run
He
also?
did the 1 mile
I
fun
did the
run.
1 mile
Well,
fun run.
congratulations,
I'm not
that's
in
great.
I'm not up to the 5K yet, Mayor, but I did do the one. And our deputy mayor was there as well. He's
That's great.
supporting
Oh,
us.
my
He was on his bicycle too.
On your bicycle?
Look at this,
Like,
how
I rode my
healthy we
bicycle.
all
I
are.
didn't, figured, let me give it a little bit of,
Good for you.
activity.
Hey, and I have to thank Applebee's for cooking all that free food for all those folks, and they come out and they support us as well, so they're a great
Good time,
neighbor,
yeah,
as well
yeah.
as all the other sponsors. Thank you.
Again, thanks to you all. I was not there, I was on vacation with my wife that week, but Peter, just a little bit of a heads up, if they ask you to do the walk sometime with the Municipal Alliance, just be careful, because Heather Scanlon had asked me to do that a number of years back, but she asked me to follow up the back of the pack so that I could make sure everyone was done before they started giving out the awards. And as they started presenting the awards, Heather Scanlon was nice enough to say, and here comes, Mr. Quinn coming in last in the race itself. So
Heads up.
pick and choose how you handle yourself in certain races, but it was all for a good cause, and Heather and the Alliance volunteers do a tremendous job for us in town here, so we thank each of them. Dave, as liaison, I know you put a tremendous amount of time into that. Last thing I wanted to just mention, coming up as we approve tonight in the caucus meeting for the October Alex's Lemonade Stand is going to be having a fundraiser. This is, I say over and over again, this is a cause that's very dear to my heart. Little Zoe Smith and her group that have taken and gotten involved in this year at a level that I've never seen a children's group get involved in, are going to be putting this together. It's going to be for children from ages 5 to 18 are all invited. It's Alex's Million Mile Walk, and it's going to be on Friday, October 3rd, 2014, at Gilly Park at 6 p.m. Registration is at 5 p.m. It's a $10 donation, $10 or whatever more if you want to give more, to Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation per child to participate. They're asking for you to pre-register. You can call 609-389-3469, or you can go on facebook.com/Lacey Kids for a Cure. It really, and they were also asking if you would come and wear a yellow shirt to show your support. These boys and girls at the age that they're at have just done an outstanding job raising thousands of dollars this year alone for such a very, very important cause. So I'll mention this again at the next meeting, but if you watching TV or you hear tonight and you want to put it on your calendar, it would be something very well worthwhile to come out and participate in. So that's all I have for comments. Having said that, I'll open up to-
Mr. Mayor, one thing if I could, just one short add-on. I think I was remiss, I don't know if I mentioned, the flu clinic that'll take place at St. Pius on Lacey Road on Monday, October 6th, there will be KI, potassium iodide, that we will hand out there to residents that come. So I just wanted people to know.
Mayor, if I could segue on top of that, Oyster Creek, for people that don't know, if you see all the parking out there, they're going into their 2-year refuel outage, and that'll be this weekend. They'll be shut down for a couple weeks, and then they'll be started up for another 2 years. But I want to thank the police department. The plant pays for that service, for keeping us safe, for crossing the road, because they park a lot of cars. There's like 1,000 contractors that come in, so there's a lot of people in and out of there, and the Lacey Police Department keeps everybody safe, which is very important. So I just want to let everybody know, if they see a bunch of traffic going down on that south side, just be careful, take it slow past there, and, just be careful, because there's a lot of people crossing the road, including the police departments that are conducting traffic. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Curatolo.
I have one other thing, and I have to thank our Veronica for this. October 3rd at Community Hall from 3 to 7, the County Health Department will be handing out to all of our residents KI pills. If you're interested in procuring some for you, your family, people that live there, Community Hall from 3 o'clock in the afternoon till 7 o'clock at night, October 3rd, KI/potassium iodide. Okay, so that's there for all of our residents. I'll be at that clinic too, and that's with the support of all of us up here, and of course, Veronica, who's very active in our community as well. Thank you.
Peter, I don't know if a lot of people that weren't here years ago when that was done know what a KI pill is. Maybe you just want to say what it is.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah, briefly, KI is potassium iodide. In the remote event of any type of issue where there would be an escape from the nuclear plant, KI does provide some protection with specific regard to thyroid cancer. So it will protect the thyroid, and that's the limit of what I do know about it. It's something that has to be taken at the first onset of any type of event, and we offer that. When I say we, the County Health Department, I believe, received 755,000 doses, and there are roughly 590 to 600,000 people that live in our county, and so everybody within the 10-mile, what we refer to as the plume area, so townships, two townships south of us, 2 townships north of us, and obviously, and most importantly, us, we are able to get KI, and we do have a rigorous distribution process for all of our schools. I did see the order form from Lacey Schools today. They ordered over 7,500 pills. They're there. They will be picked up this week. They're not there yet. We received the order at about 3:35 this afternoon. And Lacey is one of all of our municipalities that have access to that. So I did want to bring that in. And then just to reiterate that date, October 3rd, Community Hall, 3 to 7 p.m. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Public comments, Mr. Moss?
Bill Moss, Biscayne Drive, Fishers River Beach. Good evening. I just want to bring up a few items.
Sure.
On tonight's agenda, item number 7, where you cleaned up somebody's house, and property was located at 1724 Longwood. I just wanted to, I know the council, I know you gentlemen checked the bills. I go a little bit further than just what's on the bills or what's on your agenda. Tonight you charged the gentleman $101.11. On June 24th, you charged him $85.90. Last year, on October 29th, you charged him $71.83. On July 11th, you charged him $83.90. On January 10th to 13th, you charged him $72.63. 5 times we clean up this one piece of property. Is there any way possible that when you get a person like this, that after a certain amount of times,
The house is
per
vacant, for
ordinance,
starters.
and you raise the fee to double the fee? Is there any way-
No, because you only can charge what our expenses were, and I think I've explained this to you before. And again, the house is vacant. It's not that the person's living in the house and disregarding the property. Unfortunately, you get people who leave, and then the banks don't transfer the properties into their names. It stays in the original homeowner's name. So yeah, there's nobody there to take care of the house. We have to go in, but I can only charge what the rates are that cost us to do the
You
cleanup.
get paid by the bank.
Most of the time, the mortgage companies are paying for it, yes, because obviously they have a vested interest because there's still an outstanding mortgage.
I'm just saying, I just want you to know, 5 times you clean up this one piece.
Didn't
No,
the ninth
unfortunately, it
legislative
happens.
district just
Yeah,
propose legislation
we're actually
for the
reviewing that.
banks to,
Yes, we're in the process of reviewing that and possibly establishing an ordinance, and we pretty much already do that. We have a very good rapport with a lot of the mortgage companies that do have the houses. We do have a point of contact we do reach out to them. And again, obviously, they're not in the maintenance business of cleaning up houses, but they do have contractors that come out and clean up. We do have a list of 5 or 6 contractors that we recommend, that they will solicit quotes from and go out and clean up. So
That
we have a very
proposed-
aggressive program with our
That
code enforcement
proposed
officer.
bill, though, will hold the banks more.
Yes, a lot more
accountable.
accountable for those that disregard our rules, yes.
Thank you.
Okay, next thing I want to bring up, I noticed on the Meadowbrook bill that we're also paying for our schools for picking up the trash at all of our schools. You know, it's like $900, $800, $700,
Well, that's the
$4,600.
new contract. The schools do pay their own freight now, and they reimburse us what our cost is for the schools themselves.
This is the first time in this
This is the
contract that
first
we
year.
actually broke it out. Before, it was lump summed in with all the residential. This time, we broke it out in the bid, so we knew a true cost of what the disposal was for the schools for recycling and garbage. So that's why you're seeing the bills be a little differently than possibly years past.
They're paying us. The
Yes, they
schools
do,
are paying.
yes,
Correct.
they reimburse us.
Okay. One more item I have, and that'll be it. You have an engineer who works for the town, and one of his invoices read, "On-site inspection for seed germination and take photos of the site. Prepare payment and voucher number 5 and deliver to the township." Took him 5.5 hours and $418 to do that. How could it take 5.5 hours?
Well, it depends on the
on
project.
this site back here?
Well, they have to walk the entire site.
Don't necessarily. You sure they have to walk it for 5.5 hours? I
Well,
can
that
walk
was
through-
everything that he had to do, prepare the invoices, walk the site, make sure it was done in conjunction with the bids that had gone out, gather the disposal records for the demolition of that building, where they were disposed of, to make sure they were properly disposed.
This is for checking the germination, checking the grass that's on the lot. The lot's
Soil
finished,
conservation requires you to do that.
completely finished, and they're going in there with, probably with their car, looking at the grass and saying, okay, the germination's working, you got grass, and then they're taking a picture with a cell phone.
No, he's not
Does
taking a picture
anybody
with a
ever-
cell phone.
Does anybody ever question, it takes 5.5 hours to do that?
These
Just
bills,
like
these
5
bills
hours
are
to check the
scrutinized by
dam with a
myself,
boat.
Casey Parker, and our CFO.
Pardon?
The bills are scrutinized and looked over by myself, Casey Parker, and the CFO. Well, all 3 of us review the bills before they're paid.
Okay, that's all I have. It just seems like an extraordinary amount.
Casey
The check's
really,
Really cheap.
Casey rides on those things pretty heavy, so that, I don't know, you might want to stop back there and talk to him. There might have been more involved, but they not written up the way it should have been written with all the details, so.
Like I'm saying, it just says the on-site inspection of seed
Yeah,
germination.
yeah.
I mean, I was back there 2 months ago and the grass was 4 feet high. So, okay, thank you.
Thanks, Bill. Anyone else?
Seeing none, motion to close the floor.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to adjourn?
Move it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thanks, folks.